There are many female trailblazers throughout history, coming from a variety of different sectors such as the arts, tech, science and humanitarian. But for me, I would love to have dinner with the notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was an amazing, inspiring, fearless woman, fighting for equality and social justice. I love her quote that women belong in all places where decisions are being made.
For me, it would probably be Michelle Obama. I find her to be very fascinating because she's able to wear so many different hats, and I admire that. She's been extremely successful in her own right. She's a mother to two amazing daughters. She's a wife and partner to our first Black president, and she was our first Black First Lady, which is huge. And somehow she still manages to not lose herself in that, or it doesn't seem that way.
I would choose dinner with Eleanor Roosevelt. She spent her entire life as an activist, lending her voice to championing equal rights for many underrepresented demographics, most notably people of color and women. And she did this as First Lady, which was unprecedented at the time, and during some of the most complicated times our world has ever known. I would ask Ms. Roosevelt her thoughts on where we are today as it relates to equality, both as a nation and for our broader global community. Finally, I would ask how she might go about effectively furthering these causes today. Her advice would undoubtedly be valuable to moving forward.
Without a doubt, it would be Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because she was a small, quietly spoken woman, but a fierce advocate and an amazing lawyer. I'd love to talk to her about leadership and about how she advocated despite being the only voice in a room often, or the only woman in a room.
So the person I'd love to have lunch with would be Maya Angelou. She was someone who was able to share her voice with the world by being a poet, civil rights activist, and an author. And several of her poems that she has written really spoke to me during different parts of my life. So Still I Rise is one of the ones I can think of right away, and then Phenomenal Woman are the two that come to mind first for me. I am someone that likes to do creative writing for fun, so she was someone that would be inspiring to have lunch with and to speak with and just pick her brain on how she was able to accomplish so many things in her lifetime.
The woman I chose is Maria Skłodowska-Curie. She's a world-famous Polish inventor and two-time Nobel Prize winner. She developed a theory of radioactivity. She was the first woman to become a professor at the Sorbonne. She is as well one of the first women to pass the driving test. I admire her for her strength and for her character and courage and determination.
I would love to have Betty White join my family at the dinner table. She's amazingly funny. So who wouldn't want to have Betty White at dinner to make you laugh? We need to laugh more. She was a groundbreaker in a lot of ways in television in terms of, being the first to have African Americans on her show, to producing a show as a woman. She was never afraid to try new things. And I think having that natural curiosity, that willingness to grow and learn and try new things is really what attributed to her longevity. And I think that's a fabulous role model for all of us.